that same person who didn't feel that they were worthy is the same person who feels like he can accomplish anything. Is that same person who feels like they can achieve anything, and that person is me. All I did was simply shift my perspective. I'm not saying that I'm the most perfect person. I'm not saying that I still don't have problems or anything, but your mind is very powerful. And I noticed that when I would continue to react to things that didn't deserve a reaction, I was essentially giving away my energy, my power. I noticed that when I kept entertaining things that didn't really pertain to me, when I kept entertaining things that didn't really give me value, or that, made me feel like I was less worthy of myself, and I noticed that there needed to be a change. That these people, sometimes all they want is a reaction out of you. But this video isn't about other people, this video is about you. So, when I separated myself from them, when I said, you know what, I'm responsible for my own happiness, I went to be by myself. I spent some time in my mind, and I realized that everything that I was experiencing was coming from me. You know what I'm saying? All the insecurity I was experiencing was coming from me and the fear of things that happened in the past. Scared to show up as who I really was. Scared to show up for who I really am. And it came to a point where I was just like, I'm tired of seeing things the way that they are. I noticed that when I found myself as ugly, and ugly not pertaining to my appearance, but I did also think I was ugly. I noticed that I would find other things ugly. Like, I would find myself trying to compare myself to other people, to other dudes. I would try to find myself comparing myself to what they wear and my appearance. I would even often find myself asking women or asking these different girls, do they think that I'm attractive? Now, and I'm realizing a person who thinks they're attractive will often find themselves finding things in beauty than finding things that are ugly. And it's about shifting your perspective in that sense. I no longer assume that people are ugly. That word doesn't even really come up. That nigga's ugly, that person's ugly. Nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care about that anymore. Because I know that there's a special place in my heart for things of beauty. Simply from shifting my mindset. And everything that you want to experience starts with you. But you have to detach from the things that you don't want to experience first. I don't think that you should necessarily run away from your mind. It's impossible. What you run from will follow you. And I feel like you can take what you want from that quote, but what you run from, it will follow you. And the more that you run away from your problems, the more that they will sit in your mind. But I've realized that it's much more about attracting that experience or becoming that experience rather than trying to look for it. So I guess I'm just trying to say, do the hard thing. Face your fear. Face your problems. When you face your problems, you don't really run from them. You kind of learn that they're a part of you. Your fear is not separate from you. Like your emotions are not separate from you. So like when you say you don't like something about somebody, it's ultimately telling you something about yourself. Or when you complain about somebody else, it's really telling you something about yourself, because everything starts with you. And I want you to remember that. So a lot of you guys want to get better with different things or improve in your life in different areas and different aspects. I feel like the first the first step is acknowledging where you lack the thing that you want, or acknowledging that you can give anything to yourself by detaching from the world, detaching from outcomes, detaching from the things that you can't control. But what can you control is your mindset. You can control your mindset because your mindset is everything. And when you learn to master your mind, and I don't know how long that takes. I don't have that answer for you because I'm still in the process of doing it. But I can tell you one thing: detachment from that fear, detachment from, okay, let me rephrase that. Not really detaching, but learning to work with your fear, learning to work with your problems, learning to work with the things that you dislike about yourself will make you much more likable to yourself. And one who dislikes himself and one who likes himself is essentially the same person. You are the person who decides that. You are the person who chooses that. You know, do you choose to be a person who loves himself, or do you choose to keep doing the things that you know you're not supposed to be doing? It comes a point in time where you have to change. And you know, we're energetic beings. You know what I'm saying? So the way that we vibe, people can feel our vibe. The world can feel our vibe. You can't lie to God. You can't lie to the universe because essentially they know how you feel. So you will keep attracting those same experiences that you feel. You can't lie to yourself and say that, you know, I'm happy. But deep down inside, you have something going on. You're hiding. You're running from the thing that's really hurting you. You know, you have to forgive that thing that hurt you. You have to forgive that thing that caused you to have this fear. You have to go within your inner child and heal that inner child, and then he will be able to come out and express who she really is. You know, but that starts with your mind. And a lot of the times we run from our mind because our mind creates a lot of scenarios. Our mind creates fear, and it's all in our head. A lot of the times I feel when I'm imagining something, you know, when I'm imagining that fear, it's these past experiences that come back to haunt me. You know, but you have to face your fear with courage. Face your fear with courage, man. Be strong. Walk into that fire, and you will walk out becoming a whole different person. Because like you have before, you've been hurt before. You've been put in difficult situations before. I know you have, because you're still alive, you're still breathing. And I feel like that's the most important part, man. Even though you had all those tough days, even today might be tough for you. Even tomorrow may be a different instance or situation, but you still got up. You still woke up today. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's something that you shouldn't take for granted. So, you know, when you're really going through this life stuff, you know, try not to attach yourself to all these different problems, man. Because, I mean, if you didn't have those problems, then you wouldn't be the person that you were today. If I didn't have a lot of the things that happened to me happen, then I wouldn't be the person I am today. And I feel like it's loving yourself enough to let go of that version of yourself who attaches themselves to, you know, negativity or complaining or lying. You know, all those things tell you a lot about yourself. You know, when you acknowledge them, that's the first step. And the more that you acknowledge them, it gives you much more reason to want to change. And when you change, you will start to attract the things that are of your true nature, of what you are vibing at. You know what I'm saying? So, yep. I hope you guys enjoyed that little talk. Thank you guys for listening to my yap session. I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. It's all love from over here. It's all love. Hey man, if y'all want to talk to me one-on-one, if y'all want to see my socials, if y'all want to join the Discord, free community, links in the description. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great day. Love you.